Okay, here is a walkthrough of PAL Session 2, the linear equation section, question 5. It's a straightforward question, but it's quite wordy, and that's what's tripped a few people up. So let's read it out. The feeding habits of 12 river otters were being monitored in a protected lake. On day 3, there were 863 fish present. On day 11, 574 fish remain. Assuming no growth rate in the fish, okay, so the number of the fish are reproducing, and a constant capture rate. That should immediately spark off a linear equation in your head. Constant. How many fish are eaten by 2 river otters per day? Okay, so there are a couple of things we need to work out. Let's write them down. That's step 1. How many fish were eaten in one day? Okay. Number 2. How many fish eaten by a single otter? And finally, multiply that number by 2, because it's asking how many fish are eaten by 2 river otters, okay? Okay, so let's do that. So how many fish were eaten in one day? So first I'm going to subtract 574 from 563. So that's pretty straightforward. In fact, I'm so lazy, I'm going to do it on my calculator. 863 minus 574. So they ate 289 fish. Okay, go up here. So 289 fish were eaten. And that was over 11 minus 3 days, okay? So that was in 8 days. So how many fish were eaten in one day? Well, that's going to be, no thank you, divided by 8. So 36.125, don't worry about the decimals now, I'm going to write them in anyway. In one day, 36.125 fish eaten. Okay, now that's a bit silly, because how can you eat 0.125 of a fish? So I'm just going to ignore that. 36 fish were eaten, right? And that, remember, that's by 12 otters. How many fish were eaten by 12 otters? Then I take 36 and I divide it by 12. That's 3. 3 fish eaten by every otter. 3 whole fish were eaten by every otter. Okay? Over 8 days. Over one day. In one day, each otter eats 3 fish. Okay, so in one day, let's go back to the question just to remember what we're trying to answer. How many fish are eaten by 2 river otters per day? Okay, so one otter eats 3 fish per day, so simply 3 times 2 is equal to 6 fish per day by 2 river otters. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Quite a couple of stages to that, but it's just about reading and understanding the question. And obviously, if you write it out like this in the test, or any answer, you write as much information down as you can, so we can give you as many marks for it as we can. Okay, always document what you're doing.